Good afternoon and warm welcome to you all to the 7th annual convocation of IIM Visakhapatnam. I request the Chairman Board of Governors to declare the convocation open.
I declare the convocation open.
Now invocation. I request Ms. Harshita to come to the dais and start the prayer song.
महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिम् महादेवसुतं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं मारकोटिप्रकाशं शान्तं महाकाव्यनाटकदिप्रियम् महाकाव्यनाटकदिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं पप्पमगमपमरि सनिसपमगमप దని సరి గమ మరి సరి సని పమ సని పమ గమని పమరి గమరి స రి స సాని పమరి స సరి గమ మహాగణపతిం మనసా स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिम्
Now I request Professor Chandrasekhar, Director IIM Visakhapatnam, to present the Director's report.
Namaskar. Honorable Chief Guest for today's function, respected Shri Suresh Prabhuji, officiating Chairman of the Board and former Director of IIM Bangalore, respected Professor Raghuramji, esteemed members of the Board, members of the Institute committees, honorable public representatives, leaders of business and public enterprises, all our patrons, benefactors, and stakeholders present in this August gathering. Welcome to this celebration. I proceed to present an account of our achievements over the past 1 year. Firstly, about our flagship MBA program students. With an impressive average salary of rupees 16.61 lakh per annum, the batch achieved a high return on investment of 116%. Congratulations, dear students. Our students excel in many pan-India competitions as well. To cite just an example, teams from many business schools, including IIMs, participated in October 2022 in a policy and case competition at the Indian School of Business, Hyderabad. Our team was the winner in the final round, adjudged as the best for their recommendations on reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Graduating today are also the students of our bespoke MBA program for working professionals. With the advanced knowledge and skill sets acquired, they are all set to rise higher and contribute even more to the growth and success of their organizations. Also receiving their degrees today are the students of the unique MBA program in digital governance and management. This is a batch with many senior officers, including from the IAS and other central services. With the specialized learning from this program, they are fully geared up for catalyzing further the digital service delivery and good governance. We are grateful to the National E-Governance Division, Ministry of Electronics and IT, Government of India, for their guidance and support to this program. The Institute continues to focus on the national priorities and development goals. For example, we are among the 9 IIMs chosen by the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship to conduct the Mahatma Gandhi National Fellowship Program in Public Policy and Management. Overcoming the challenges on the ground, our MGN fellows are making a significant contribution to the development and growth of the skill system in 76 districts in the states of Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, and Bihar. We are proud that our MGN fellow posted at Leparada district, Arunachal Pradesh, bagged the first place among the participants across the world in the global Peter Drucker Challenge 2022 for her award-winning essay towards a passion economy, creating value with skills. On invitation, she attended the annual conference of the Peter Drucker Forum Europe in Vienna in November 2022 and received the prize. Under the PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan, we are contributing well to the capacity building of industry professionals and practitioners in digital logistics and sustainable supply chain management. We have a project awarded by the Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, Government of India, on the application of effective digital technologies for managing municipal waste in the smart cities. Among the assignments we won is a research project on examining the entrepreneurial ecosystem catalyzed by the students of IIMs and IITs, awarded to us by the Indian Council of Social Science Research. On the capacity building front, with EdTech as enabler, we are successfully conducting a number of curated programs for the young as well as the experienced. To illustrate, we are launching a hybrid mode executive MBA program for pan-India aspirants from this academic year. We are significantly expanding our footprint in the executive education space, delivering value to reputed clients such as NTPC, Power Grid, Mahanadi Coalfields, Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders, the governments of AP and Assam, Voluntary Health Services Chennai, and the Department of Public Enterprises, Government of India. This is in addition to our being a trusted knowledge partner already to many high pedigree organizations such as Indian Oil, Hindustan Petroleum, Hindustan Shipyard, Canara Bank, Defense Research and Development Organization, Larsen & Toubro, Eisai Pharma, to name a few. We have also conducted this month a prestigious DOPT-sponsored capacity building program for the officers of the IAS and Group A Central Services in digital governance and management. Under the mission Karma Yogi, we are all set to train scientists from the S&T ministries with support from the Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India and the Capacity Building Commission. On the research front, our faculty continue to be active, publishing papers in high-impact journals in the Australian Business Deans Council's quality list. Along with our PhD students, they are regularly presenting their research in prestigious conferences abroad. As regards internationalization, we are pursuing with success academic and research collaboration with accredited foreign universities in Asia, Canada, Europe, and the US. Highlight worthy are visits to our institute by the top leadership teams from these universities, the international conference we conducted along with Rutgers Business School on world continuous auditing and reporting standards. Our faculty have co-taught courses with their counterparts from Toronto Metropolitan University, Canada, and Copenhagen Business School, Denmark. A faculty colleague is right now teaching at the Asian Institute of Technology, Bangkok, chosen by the Ministry of Education through a pan-India selection process. Yet another faculty member has won a visiting research fellowship to the Gordon Institute of Business Science, University of Pretoria, South Africa. One of our faculty members is chosen as a national expert by the Asia Productivity Organization, Tokyo, for a pan-Asia research project on institutional capacities that nurture productivity and national innovation systems. We are thus accelerating and deepening our global tie-ups and engagements towards achieving excellence. I'm also happy to share that 2 of our faculty members have recently been trained in Harvard Business School. A third colleague is all set for a similar learning journey this year. IIMV Field, our Section 8 Foundation for Incubation, Entrepreneurial Learning and Development, continues its success record as one of the fastest growing incubators. In addition to the Ministry of Electronics and IT and the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, reputed public and private sector organizations are funding our startup activities. We stand committed in our efforts for nurturing and promoting entrepreneurship in a big way, especially the technology-based and women-led ventures. We are eagerly looking forward to our new campus getting fully ready this year. Nestled among 3 hills with a water body in the vicinity, it is a serene and scenic place ideal for academic and professional pursuits. I am happy to share that our campus won the Indian Concrete Institute ICI Jury Appreciation Award in the Outstanding Concrete Structure Infrastructure category. We are also recognized with Shresth Suraksha Puraskar Silver Trophy by the National Safety Council of India, Ministry of Labor and Employment for demonstrating outstanding performance in occupational safety and health in the construction of the campus. Well, future holds immense potential and promise for us. Our core values of academic freedom, equity, excellence, professionalism, and sustainability will continue to guide us in the pursuit of vision and mission. Before I end, it is in the fitness of things to place on record our enduring gratitude to the distinguished scientist and philanthropist, Dr. B.R.L. Rao Garu, who is sitting here in the first row, who has created an endowment of rupees 2.22 crores in memory of his late daughter, Miss Vani Rao, a bright alumna of IIM Ahmedabad who had an equally brilliant work career in the US and India. This contribution is being utilized by us for building a modern technology incubator in our permanent campus and for awarding every year a gold medal to the girl student standing first in the postgraduate program, thus immortalizing Ms. Rao. Thank you, Dr. Rao, for your generosity. Let me conclude by saying how grateful we are to the central and state governments, our board and the institute committees for their contribution to our growth and good functioning, and to all our stakeholders for their continued patronage and partnership in our progress. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Chairman, BOG, we initiate the award of MBA degrees to our PGP students. Sir. Students for the Master of Business Administration, PGP, please rise. Right. Adarsh Kumar. Aditya Shubham. Aniket Sharda Rao Badase. Anishka Singhal. Ankit Maurya. Antima Rajvamshi. Anubhav Malaviya. Anuj Kumar. Anush Dongre. Ashwani Yadav, Ayan Verma, Bhupal Rao Gari Pranavi, Chaitanya Shankar, Chris Jack Walter, Divya Prajapati, Fernandez Aaron Agnolo, Geet Bajargan, Harshavardhanan Yes, Harshit Dhingra, Harshit Gupta, K. Naga Monica, K. Sai Lakshmi Jayashree, Kanaka Sai Kirtana J, Kartik Garg, Kesavi Jha, K. Prudviraj, Le Rakesh Tolat, Lohita Tigala, Marali Arya Somayajula, Muhammad Bashir Salma, Narnavre Susangat Ruprao, Nilankush Hauladar, Pankaj, Piyush Kumar, P. Sanjay, Pragati Gupta, Pranjal Agarwal, Priyanshu Gupta, R. Sangeet Raj, Raj Pratik R. Madavi, Rashmi Kanta Bhoy, Ritesh Kumar Jaiswal, Ritvik Datta, Sahil Dhamgaye, Sakshi Agarwal, Sakshi Sharma, Samar Singh, Shalini Gusain, Shirkesh Arvari Balakrishna, Siddharth S. Pillai, Tanvi Nagrale, Tariq Nahas, Tangela Shreya, Valiveti Dheeraj, Vasikar Yes, Vemula Jayakirti, Vikas Kumar Sinha, Abhay Singhania, Ajit Abhiman Vanjari, Akanksha Gaurav, Akhil Jindal, Akshita Agarwal. Alan Sylvester J. Marshall. Anas Ansari. Anshul Vimal. Arpit Jawalkar. Ashish Kumar Vaishnav. Ashutosh Kumar. Ayush Fuse. Ayushi Chauhan. Badam Sri Sweta. Bhavesh Kumar Dadu. Damodar Sai K. Diksha Kankate. Devanshu Verma. Elurpati Shivani. Hardik Gupta. Himalaya Suryavamshi. Inshul Garg. Ishita Soni. Ishwank Jain. J. Suthar. Jayavardhan Soni. Jeet Wania. जोशी आदित्य प्रकाश, के सीतारामकृष्णम नायडू, करण वर्मा, खुशी बिधूरी, लोहित यादव पीतला, मोहम्मद फरशद अजमली, निकिता कुनापुली, पावन जैन, प्रणब कुमार दास, प्रेम रावत, ऋषभ सिंह, ऋत्विक महाजन, रुचा जिग्नेश देसाई, सारांश ताखरनी, सेतु पार्वती, शिवम सर्गिन्या, शिवानी सिन्हा, सिद्धांत पति, एस बालकृष्ण, सौविक विश्वास, सुचरिया मंडल, तन्विका बेन जगदीश कुमार सुतार, उत्कर्ष शंभरकर, वैभव, Vaibhav Watts. Varsha Singh. Varshita Ramasantosh Nune. Yusuf Anwar. Abhishek Hansraj. Alok Ranjan. Anand Singh Kanwal. Ankur Jatav. Aryan Gupta. Atul Kumar. Beena Mardi. Gaurav Srivatsava. Ghanshyam Patel. Harsh Gulati. Kalyani Agrawal. Kshitij Vishwakarma. Kushambi. Lada Prerna Vijay. Mahesh Kataria. Mayank Sharma. Minku Goyal. Mohit Kumar Singh. M. Venkata Ravikiran Sai. Niharika Chaudhary. निखिल पाटीदार, पंकज कुमार दास, परदेशी ओंकार दत्त कुमार, प्राप्ति आलोक, प्रियंका मंडल, आर.एस. कृतिका, राजीव तनवर, रोहन संकले, साहिल राशिवासिया, साक्षी जतवानी, सत्यमित्र सिंह, शाहीन, शेख सोनिया, शिंदे श्रीकांत नाना साहेब, शिवम शर्मा, शिवम शेखर, शिवांगिनी, श्रेयांश उत्कर्ष, शुभम जोयल, शुभम राकेश अग्रवाल, सिन्हा अंतरा अजीत कुमार, सोनल शिवाजीराव पवार, श्री लक्ष्मी के.एस., सूरज कुमार, उपेंद्र नाथ, यू कृष्ण चैतन्य, वरुण कोल्हे, Vasudev Sharma, Vedanti Vinayak Deshmukh, Wag Saurabh Shantaram, Yasin Malik MM, Yash Patwari, Yushe Ahmad Tusi, Srujit Kumar G, Manoj Hajarika, N. Dhanalakshmi Bhai, Vaibhav Chabra, Pratik Gaurav Paik, the chairman BOG, upon the recommendation of the academic council, I have the honor to present Mr. Adarsh Kumar and 192 others who have successfully completed the prescribed course of studies and fulfilled all other requirements. I request the Indian Institute of Management Visakhapatnam Master of Business Administration degree be conferred on these candidates, of whom 170 are present and 23 will be receiving in absentia.
By the authority vested in me by the Indian Institute of Management, Visakhapatnam, I award you the Master of Business Administration degree, and I charge that by thought, word, and deed you prove yourselves worthy of the award.
Be seated, PGP students. Now I request Professor Saroj Kumar Pani, Chairperson, PGPX, to initiate the award of the degrees.
Students for the Masters of Business Administration, PGPX, please rise. Aditya Gottaju. Alekhya Kirtana Mekala. अल्पना कुमारी, अमृषा पेनुवाजी, आनंद राव गुडापत्थी, चिंटाडा श्रीनिवास अरविंद, बाईशेट्टी साई सुदीप, बोंगू श्रीनिवास राजू, बरदा कल्याण दुर्गा, कोम्मी रमेश, कुणाल रंजन, कुंचम नागेंद्र बाबू, मीनाक्षी नल्ला, मेरिल मोजो मधु नितिन कानेटी, नीरज कुमार, रघु वर्मा दंतुलुरी, सुक्कीरेड्डी हर्षवर्धन, श्रीनिवास तमिचट्टी, अमर श्रीलक्ष्मी सिंदूरा, श्रीनिवास राव रचमल्ला, सुभा आकांक्षा रे, तन्मय गुप्ता, गुंडाला तरुण रेड्डी, VVSS अविनाश गोक्काभरप्पु, भेनुगोपाल चल्ला, श्रीनिवास चंगाटी, Siva Prasad Pujari. The Chairman BOG, upon the recommendation of the Academic Council, I have the honor to present Mr. Aditya Gattaju and 26 others who have successfully completed the prescribed course of studies and fulfilled all other requirements. I request the Indian Institute of Management Visakhapatnam Masters of Business Administration degree be conferred on these candidates, of whom 27 are present and 0 will be receiving in absentia.
By the authority vested in me by the Indian Institute of Management, Visakhapatnam, I award you the Master of Business Administration degree and charge that by thought, word, and deed you prove yourselves worthy of the award.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Professor Neena Pandey, Chairperson PGP DGM, to initiate the award of MBA degrees, please.
Students for the Master of Business Administration, PGP DGM, please rise. Aruna Rajoria, Ashim Chabra, Bharatendra Khare, Gaurav Kumar Joshi, Hania Kaleem, Jayvardhan Tiwari, Lalit Kumar, Manda Vema Reddy, Manish Mani, Minhaz Ahmad, Monica Chaudhary, Pranit Joshi, Ravinder Garg, Shailesh Kumar, Suhas M. Isaac, Uttam Prakash, Viresh T.R., Vijay Chaudhary, the Chairman, BOG, upon the recommendation of the Academic Council, I have the honor to present Ms. Aruna Rajoria and 18 others who have successfully completed the prescribed course of studies and fulfilled all other requirements. I request the Indian Institute of Management, Visakhapatnam, Master of Business Administration degree be conferred on these candidates, of whom 18 are present and one will be receiving in absentia.
By the authority vested in me by the Indian Institute of Management, Visakhapatnam, I award you the Master of Business Administration degree, and I charge that by thought, word, and deed, you prove yourselves worthy of the award.
Sir, I request the chief guest to present the gold medals to the MBA graduates. The IIMV gold medal for securing the first rank has been awarded to Ayan Verma. The IIMV gold medal for securing the second rank has been awarded to Prapti Alok. Vani Rao Memorial Gold Medal for securing first rank among girls, awarded to Prapti Alok. The IIMV Gold Medal for the best all-round performance has been awarded to Ayan Verma. Now I request Professor Saroj Kumar Pani, Chairperson PGPX, to initiate the award of gold medals, please.
I request the Chief Guest to present the gold medals to the MBA graduates PGPEX. The IIM Visakhapatnam Gold Medal for securing the first rank has been awarded to Kunal Ranjan. The IIMV Gold Medal for securing the second rank has been awarded to Tanmaya Gupta.
Now I request Professor Neena Pandey, Chairperson PGP DGM, to initiate the award of gold medals.
I request the Chief Guest to present the gold medals to the MBA graduates PGP DGM. The IIMV Gold Medal for securing the first rank has been awarded to Minhaz Ahmad. The IIMV Gold Medal for securing the second rank has been awarded to Ashim Chabra.
Now I request Chairman BOG to address the gathering. Sir.
Dear Suresh Prabhuji, Director Chandrasekhar, my dear students, parents, distinguished guests, faculty and staff, fellow board members, ladies and gentlemen. I extend a very warm welcome to all of you to this 7th Convocation of IIM Visakhapatnam. Well, in some ways, I am officiating today, standing in for Mr. Hari Bhartia, who our chair, unfortunately, is not able to be here. So, in many ways, his spirit will flow through what I would be saying. Let me begin by congratulating you, the graduates and the meritorious performers. Representing 21 states of the country in the flagship MBA program, you bond together as a team celebrating shared values that promote diversity, inclusion, social and gender equity. This, I consider, is the most significant contribution of the Institute to the society. As management graduates from this prestigious institution, I'm sure you will make a difference as professional managers, entrepreneurs, and stewards of enterprises. I must especially thank Suresh ji for readily accepting Mr. Hari Bhartia's request to grace today's convocation as the chief guest. Suresh ji has always been a strong supporter of reforms to bring about a positive transformation in the society. He is a firm believer in the creation of sustainable social, environmental, and economic value. As Union Minister, holding many portfolios, he had handled with distinction and thought leadership many of those roles. He welcomed and promoted inclusive thinking and encouraged stakeholder consultation and participation. He has always been receptive to new ideas and constructive thoughts. In fact, I've had the privilege of being part of the audience when he was a speaker in his various roles. He has been the minister holding many infrastructure portfolios, an area that I'm very interested in. He was the Minister for Power, Minister for Railways. In a way, it's very timely and coincidental that the G20 working group on sustainable infrastructure is meeting in Visakhapatnam at this time. In fact, Mr. Suresh Prabhu has been the G20 Sherpa for many years between 2014 and 21, and has, in a way, provided stewardship for the G20, which this year India holds the presidency. Of course, he is a familiar face in Andhra Pradesh as member of Rajya Sabha representing this state till last year. Well known for his social work and liberally utilizing the funds under the MPLAD scheme, he contributed much to the improvement of health care by providing ambulances with advanced life support systems. He has also supported the establishment of skill development centers in each district of this state to make the youth future ready for gainful employment. Throughout his illustrious career, he has been a much respected policymaker and public figure. Thank you for coming, Suresh ji. Representing the chairman of the board, I acknowledge with gratitude the significant contribution by the central and state governments to the growth of this institute. Well, the central government has essentially given birth to the IIM at Visakhapatnam and provided the startup funding. The state government has given us the land and, in many ways, development initiatives in this beautiful city of Visakhapatnam. The various initiatives of the institute are well thought through and are being supported by a discerning board. I take this opportunity to thank my fellow members on the board and our chair, Mr. Hari Bhartiya. Their wisdom and wise counsel have been a strong catalyst for the institute progressing from strength to strength. While most of the board members have gone on to continuing for a second term after the IIM Act was passed, let me specially welcome Shri Amitabh Chaudhary, the Managing Director and CEO of Axis Bank Limited, and Professor Janat Shah, who's here, former Director of IIM Udaipur, who joined the board recently in their capacity as IIM alumni. With their distinguished credentials, they bring immense value add. I'm therefore happy that the institute stands to benefit even more. The institute is now nearly 8 years old. In these nascent but significant formative years, the institute recorded good growth and development with many first-mover advantages to its credit. Today, it enjoys a distinctive place among the business schools of the country. The director and his team of teaching and non-teaching staff therefore deserve compliments for their efforts in laying solid foundations and shaping this as a fine institution. Full-fledged operations will soon commence from the permanent campus. It will be a truly celebratory occasion as the campus is taking good shape despite the many challenges that arose in the aftermath of the pandemic. I look forward to the institute community benefiting even further by utilizing the facilities and amenities gainfully. We are living in promising times. The country is forging ahead in development and growth. We are now the 5th largest economy, and experts expect our nominal GDP to touch not just 5 trillion, but 7 trillion by the financial year 29, with 25% coming from digital. Well, in that context, the efforts of IIM Visakhapatnam in the domain of digital should be specially lauded. Democracy, demography, demand, deregulation, and digitalization are defining our vibrant Atmanirbhar ecosystem. Well, while talking Atmanirbhar and Mr. Suresh Prabhu's earlier role in the Ministry of Railways, I'm reminded of our creation of the Vande Bharat train set, a completely Indian initiative, Indian design. Though there are imported components, but the development and the application is entirely Indian. Well, Visakhapatnam has a Vande Bharat, and I am sure many more are soon to be introduced. In this context, and in the context of digital, the Gati Shakti portal and the unified logistics interface are also special initiatives that personally, given my interest, would like to highlight, because it is the fact that India has gone digital that is enabling these to happen. Properly utilized, it can transform the entire infrastructure development in the country and the movement, leveraging that infrastructure in terms of the logistics, bringing down logistics costs, improving service levels, enabling us to be more competitive in exports. In this globalized world, we are influenced and impacted not just by what we do, but also by what others do. The future matters for all of us. From Delhi to the World Economic Forum, where our chairman, Mr. Prabhu, and well, to an extent, even I have had some connections at Davos. The central themes in the current discussions are ESG, net zero, future of energy, climate action, cybersecurity, supply chain resilience, artificial intelligence, metaverse, social innovation, circular economy, and maybe even revenge tourism. These areas are engaging the attention of the Indian industry and the Indian ecosystem like never before. There is transformational innovation happening in the field of AI, ChatGPT being one, launched in November. It has been making headlines given the variety of knowledge-based tasks that it is capable of performing, and it could have a role in transforming the way management education would be delivered. Such tools have the power to change the way not only of education, but how government, business, and society would function. In these emerging scenarios, business schools like us will need to figure out how the new workforce would look like and what it should be equipped with. There would be a need to delve deeper and understand the technologies better to explore how they could be used in the teaching-learning process. Thus, a new breed of techno-teachers and digital natives are all set to emerge. Inclusiveness, resilience, and sustainability would necessitate the triple bottom line focus that is on people, planet, and profits. In some ways, the tagline of G20 in India, one earth, one family, one future, is very, very contextual and relevant now. The Institute, on its part, stands committed to pursuing excellence, providing unique learning experience to varied knowledge seekers with distinct value addition. Let me once again congratulate all the graduates and the medal winners. I compliment the families for providing their wards with the requisite support to withstand the pressures of the very demanding programs. You, as young graduates, have a challenging and exciting opportunity ahead of defining and delivering on what could term as the next phase of transformation, whether it is harnessing the power of Industry 4.0, safeguarding the climate and nature or building healthy and equitable societies, you have a role to play. In whatever you do, we must do it ethically and make our organizations, parents and teachers proud. In the context of G20, I'd like to recall an interview that Mr. Prabhu had given to the media, where while talking about the G20, which has 85% of the world's GDP, and recognizing that the much larger number of countries have only 15% of the GDP, he said, we have a responsibility towards those who are not in the room. I hope we will take this as an important lesson and reflect on it in whatever we do. Finally, I'd like to end on the note that what would give us the values and the discernment that is required as we move in our careers is our own motto from Bhartrhari, Vidya Param Daivatam. Knowledge is indeed the supreme deity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our chief guest to deliver his convocation address. Sir.
So good afternoon, friends. For me, it was an offer I could not refuse. Normally, the Godfather used to make offers which nobody else could refuse. But I had to accept this offer from my dear friend, the chairman of this great Indian Institute of Management, Mr. Hari Bhartiya, when he said you have to come for the convocation program in Vizag. So I said, oh, coming to Vizag, पीने वालों को पीने का बहाना चाहिए, मुझे वाइज़ाग आने का बहाना चाहिए. So I was extremely happy. I'm very pleased to be here to my home state. There are so many women here. They'll always tell you, each one of them, though married for many years, would look for the opportunity to go back to their parents' place. मायके जाने के लिए सब लोग सोचते रहते कभी जाने को मिलेगा. So for me, it's like coming back to my मायका आने का मुझे मौका मिला. So I'm very happy that I'm here and I'm really thank you for inviting me. I was asking who made such a beautiful, wonderful speech just now, and the director, how many IIMs are there in India? Because they keep growing. So there are 20 IIMs. You are so fortunate that you didn't join the other 19. Because, not just because director is so good, the faculty is fantastic, but it's also because you are going to be studying, you already studied in a place like Vizag. Visakhapatnam is, in my opinion, the most beautiful city in the country. Many times, all the time we keep praising places which are far away from us. It's always the case. The grass is greener on the other side. French Riviera, we always think what a beautiful French Riviera is, which is south of France. I don't think French Riviera can really rival Vizag. It's clean, it's beautiful, absolutely fantastic city, and therefore you are very happy and very lucky that you chose a place to study which has everything else that academics should offer, but something more that other IIMs don't have. Other don't have such a scenic beauty. They don't have such a fantastic location. And therefore I must congratulate you. And also feel I am jealous of you because I never got an opportunity to study or work here in Vizag. So let me congratulate all of you for now being qualified management graduates. It's a great honor, the source of happiness. And now onwards, you'll be really equipped to manage several functions of a life. So again, I was asking the acting chair that how many management disciplines you all have studied. So obviously I studied finance. I am a chartered accountant, so I have interest in finance. You have studied HR, logistic management, supply chain management. You also studied finance marketing and quite a few of those. But I'm not so sure when you are going to manage all this, that is something external to you. Normally in business management, we always think that I have a control over certain things that are, if you are managing a production manager, I have some control over the shop floor. If you're managing a business, you can say, I control my business. I know internally what I should do. I should manage various functions that run my business. I have a competent people, so I can manage the business. But then we call it, even in management itself, we call it, there are certain externalities on which we have no control. But externalities influence your business so much that all the management tools that you have in your hands, they become irrelevant when the externalities happen. So when the war happens between Russia and Ukraine, somebody would have said, why should I worry? Russia is so far away, Ukraine is nothing to do with me. But that war has affected everybody. The supply chains were disrupted. Energy prices shot up. You have to, geopolitical influence on geoeconomics is far more than what we could imagine. And that's the externalities which can influence your business significantly. Now, I don't think there is any management school in the world which can teach you how to manage externalities. Because they are imponderables. What externalities will manage? You cannot imagine what is going to happen. Can anybody, there was any astrologer who would have said that now war is going to start, and it's going to start at 7:15 hours in the morning, because that particular time the planetary position goes from Venus to Silo, whatever planets are there, and therefore the war is going to start. And even if there was a prediction, what you could have done about it? Did you have ability to manage the externalities? So this is something which is a very big challenge in any management, is to manage something on which we have no control. But there is another externalities, in my opinion, and that's what I thought I'll just share it with you. All these functions that you have studied, finance, marketing, HR, product, many. Have you decided if you want to manage it with the technical skills that you acquired today, and now which is formalized in form of the degree that you got today, that you are the possessor of those technical skills? Who is going to manage all this? Where is the technical knowledge resides? It resides within you. So that knowledge that you acquired because you studied for 2 years, 3 years, or a shorter courses, is now residing within you, and therefore you are the possessor of that knowledge. But if you are not in a position to manage yourself, how will you manage and use that knowledge? So for me, what is important is how to manage yourself. And if you fail to manage yourself, whatever knowledge you may have will not be able to use it effectively. So how do you manage yourself? How do I manage myself? I think only person who can manage yourself, unfortunately, this is one thing you cannot outsource. You cannot say, no, I don't have the skill. Now, I don't have HR skill, doesn't matter. I will get somebody who can manage HR for me. Finance can be outsourced. You can always do marketing. I can hire the best marketing team, need not be on my payroll. So I don't have to bother about labor laws and many things. I can manage. But can you outsource self-management to somebody? Is it possible? I'm giving an idea, business idea. Maybe now you can think about, I will start a company, self-management outsourced. I wish somebody can develop that technology, we'll be very happy. So self-management is going to be the most critical aspect of how well you will succeed with the technical knowledge that you possess. And if you really look at it, the self is the most difficult thing to manage. You can manage others very easily. If you have the power, and this is very important, that even the boardrooms have power, the governments have power, governments have sovereign power. The militaries have their own power. So why the soldiers listen to the general? Because he's feared if I don't obey his order, I will be court-martialed. So the power comes from various sources. But self-management, the bigger problem of self-management, you have to manage self. But the power to manage self is also within you. So how do I discover that power within me which can be used for managing myself? That's a very challenging issue. And in that context, you must really look at it. There are really speaking three realities. One is the past reality. You cannot ignore, we cannot say that there is no past. Everybody has a past. Humanity has a past. The history is part of past. And then there's a present, which is the real reality. You can see today. I am speaking to you. All of you are meeting as the present. And the future also is a reality. Why? Because it's bound to happen. The night will be over, the day will be born. So normally, we should forget the past. And present being the real, we should live in the present. And as far as possible, should not worry about the future. But normally what happens, because of the self-management is not as effective as it should be, we normally like to live in the past. We try to worry too much about future, which is the reality is not going to affect, but keep worrying about it. And therefore, most of the time we live in the past, most of the time we worry about the future, and that's why we forget the ultimate reality, which is present. And you really try to look into the possibility of living in present, managing that reality properly. I think you will be the best manager that can ever be there on this planet. So managing yourself is something in reality is actually managing the real reality that's present. So I hope all of you will do that, and therefore I was saying that this is something cannot be done in the classroom. This cannot be done as a part of an online course. Remote learning also is not going to help you. This is the only way you can do it is by going unto yourself. And if you can do that, you will be surprised that you will be the best manager because you will be able to managing yourself. If you can manage the worst, you can manage anything else. So I was talking about externalities. I think in all this, the paradox is, this is an externality to all the technical knowledge that you have studied. But in a way, it's not externality, it's internality. But you actually cannot do that, and I'm sure many of you will be able to do that and succeed in your life. So I want to once again congratulate you and wish you all the best for doing that. I was asking some of the students who got these degrees, I don't know why I was asking them that question and why to answer. Most of the time was affirmative. I was asking few students, do you play basketball? So he must have been surprised. How do you know? Do I do face reading or what? So most of them said, yes, we do basketball. So I was thinking only because of the height they had. But I think now, I just thought when I was asking that question, now each one of you had to play the basketball. You have not studied it, you have never played it, but in reality, you have to actually play the basketball. The ball is a goal, and you have to put it in the right basket. And therefore, actually, all of you will be the future basketball players as management students. I am sure, I hope that each one of you will put the ball in the right basket. Because that's also a problem. Which basket you put the ball will depend upon whether you succeed or not. But I hope you will really do that, and I'm sure you will definitely do that. I was very inspired by the remarks which were made by Mr. Raghunathan. Of course, he's a very distinguished management guru. I have a lot of respect for him. I've been to his campus in Bangalore, but I must confess, he would never have been admitting me in the campus as a student because I never deserved to be a student like all of you are. So I had to go there back door as a speaker sometimes, and I've spoken there. But he said something very interesting about the railways. I'll tell you this interesting story behind this Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram. I met two Vande Bharat Express. I met two budgets. The first full budget of the Modi government and the last ever railway budget by any government, because that was after my railway budget, I proposed that railway budget should be scrapped. So in the second budget, I made this announcement that will manufacture train set. It is actually technical name for this, a train set. We start train set manufacturing in India, and I'd call it Train 18, which subsequently Honorable Prime Minister called it Vande Bharat Express. So when we announced that, a lot of skepticism. Of course, I never made any announcement for which there was no preparation. So I only prepared and then announced. It is unlike the US society where you spend first and then earn. So here also we normally have made this practice, announce first, and then by the time you announce that, there is something else comes to your mind, so keep announcing more and more and forget the last one. So I said we did that. It was a very competent officers in the ministry, and we had discussed with them. So before I made this budget announcement, we had thought about it, and actually speaking, and that was part of my overall budget theme, was changing the life cycle travel experience of the passengers. And first time I used the word in the budget speech, not passenger, but customer. Because passenger by definition pass by jaya chalo, aaj dusra aa gaya, ab chalo dusra kaun aata hai, dekho, we'll manage that particular person jo gaya, raat gayi, baat gayi, we forget him. But we said no, he's a customer. And with a customer, you are supposed to have a long-term or probably a permanent relationship. So we said we'll change the life cycle experience of all of them. So we redesigned most of the coaches. We started a complete process of making clean railways. There was a program we started that you can actually clean my coach and 15 minutes the coach will be cleaned. So many of you are now learning digitally. We started that kind of a digital complete redressal mechanism in the railways in a very significant way. So when he made that remark, I was just thinking to myself, if you don't keep some ambition for yourself, you will never be able to achieve it. So when you announced it, it was like sticking my neck out. But we had already made a lot of preparation, and now it's a reality. The same way, I think my other friend was trying to remember me, the member, he was there. He was reminding me of a time, I had forgotten this, actually, thanks for reminding me this. We started in the railways a program, how can we use data and try to monetize it. This is about 8 years ago, 9 years ago. So data monetization was not something which we had thought about in the organization at all. But we are 8.5 program. One, how can you digitize the data and make it into monetize the data and make it into money. Because railway had only two sources of income. One is passengers and one is freight. So we always increase freight rates and passengers whenever, so that, of course, it's a good idea, cross-subsidization, but it had reached a peak. We couldn't do anything more. And other program for eyeballs, we wanted to monetize it, but I'm just saying it from a different context, that in any organization, there are possibilities of doing something more, which we normally miss, because we take certain things for granted. So as management graduates, I would request you, don't go by history too much. And again, that's the point I was saying earlier, that don't live in the past too much. History is very important, but you can rewrite the history, but you cannot change the history. But what you can really do is change your future. But for future to change, you must act in present. If you don't act in present, how will you make the future? Like you say, you must prepare for the war during peacetime. So start preparing for future when there is no future. There is a reality is present. And therefore, I think that is something which I'm sure, will be able to do that, and I wish you all the success for that. And now, acceding to the request of my dear friend, the director, he told me, I was asking what I should speak. He said, you speak about natural resources. But he made a mistake by asking me to do that, because that's my weak point. I will speak for it for hours probably. But management of natural resources is something which is far more important than management any other resource. Because human resource is available aplenty, at least in India. But if it is not available, you can use different ideas to augment the ability of the human beings to do more. Like, for example, now we have smart robots, so they can do more jobs. But unlike any other resource, the natural resources are finite. They are not going to increase with an increase in demand. You are not going to get more water because per capita water availability in India has gone down, because only 2.2% of the water of the world is in India, or 2.2% of the land in India, or 4% of the water. It's not going to increase just because you have more demand for it. So managing natural resources is going to be the biggest challenge world is going to face, or already facing, but in India even more, because our per capita availability of natural resources is extremely low. And therefore I would request you that though you may be focusing on your business, and therefore you think, why should I do about it? No business can be carried out unless the natural resources are becoming part of your integral thinking. Now, even for the business to grow, you need ESG. Environmental, social, governance issues have to be addressed so that you can get more resources in your business. But even ESG is something which is not to be looked at only as a source of getting more revenues. If you really follow ESG by spirit, your business can grow and society will not lose. We have to build up a relationship between society and business in a way that a win-win situation can be created, wherein business will grow but society will also benefit. The normal argument is business is always good for society because they create jobs. They create economic opportunities. But economic opportunities are also dependent upon availability of natural resource in some form or the other. And therefore, I think we'll have to really do that. And I hope all businesses in future will be aware of this reality and conscious of this responsibility, and they'll be able to do that more effectively. And just a passing remark about the new challenge of management is going to be in the era of artificial intelligence. Because we thought the mind has such ability, I will go to my superior, my manager, my general manager, my managing director, and I will get the answer. But now you don't have to go to anybody for answer. You can get whatever answer you want within a fraction of a second. Now how do you therefore, the so-called exclusivity that human beings thought they only have, the monopolization of ideas that we have, and now since the artificial intelligence is challenging the human being himself, how do you actually going to be running your businesses in the era of artificial intelligence? That's going to be a very important challenge. We always thought that I'll score over my competitor because I have certain better know-how, better technology, better ability, low cost of production, better marketing abilities. But now in this era of artificial intelligence, it is like world is really becoming flat that everybody will have almost the same information. How do you actually manage in that new era is going to be a very big challenge that we'll have to face in the years to come. But all of you, again, very fortunate because you studied in such a distinguished school. I am sure the knowledge is something, for example, when you are going to now run your business, now you are not going to go back to your study material and find out what I learned in that time. You actually, knowledge is like opening doors. Your eyes are open to a possibility. It helps you now to think on your own in a situation which will be emerging. So I am sure if you keep that in mind and find out, keep exploring answer to the biggest challenges that we are going to face in the world, the training that you got here will be like a foundation course. It helped you to think, but what to think only we can decide. That is something which is very individualistic, but I'm sure we'll all do well in your life. I'm very, very happy that several senior officials in the government, ordnance factories are also here studying. There's an IS officer, some of the Provident Fund. So this is a very interesting mix of different kinds of streams that you have come here to study. So I think when you go back, you will help the government and the governance also to improve in their performance. Because this is a very good idea. I'm very happy that IIM are used as a sounding board for training and for using some of the latest knowledge to be ingrained in the minds of the senior people. So I wish you all the best as well. And I'm sure you will continue to do well in your rest of your lives. The gold medal is a very good thing. This is something of how good is the IIM than many other organizations. The gold medal is real gold. So this is not the gold medal which is gold, but inside there is something else. So the real gold. So I think where you studied is also a real management institute where you got a genuine knowledge, like the genuine gold that some of you got an award to keep it. So I'm sure now you will be shining like the real gold and try to do better in your lives. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our director, Professor M. Chandrasekhar, to present the mementos as token of respects. Now to the chief guest. Now to the chairman, BOG. Thank you, sir. Now I request Ms. Harshita for the national anthem. I request all the dignitaries, graduating students, guests, and parents for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंगा विन्ध्य हिमाचल यमुना गङ्गा उच्छल जलधितरङ्गा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद।
Please continue standing. I request Chairman BOG to declare the convocation is closed.
I declare the convocation closed.
Thank you, sir. I request the convocation procession to leave the venue, but others please continue standing. You announce here. You announce.
Please kindly note for the students and the parents and the guests,